Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Matt. If you're new to the channel, we talk about everything that's important that matters to you and to me. And today's video, guys, we have a lot going on. So I saw an article. It's a little bit older article, by like a day or two, but it actually talks about how the federal government is going to be giving $2,000 stimulus checks out to Americans if you're low income. And by low income, we all know now if you make 140 grand or less, you're low income. It's crazy stuff, right? But just so you guys can see the article. All right, so it talks about how on December 18th, they were getting ready to pass the stimulus to go out to everybody, and essentially it's going to take up to 48 hours for the process. So it should be hitting people's bank accounts today. But if you're not sure if you get it or not, there's some eligibility requirements. And so single filers are actually, if you make 75K or less, you qualify. If you're head of household, filers 112,500 or less, you qualify. If you're married, filing jointly, 150K or less, you qualify for the stimulus. So that sounds like it's good. It's fine. It's going to be, you know, icing on the cake, right? Right before Christmas, it's going to be great. Everyone's going to get stimulus checks. Everyone's going to be able to, buy some Christmas presents. That's good. If you have kids and stuff, sounds great on the surface, but in actuality, in reality, what do we know about stimulus? What do we know is going to happen when the US starts printing money? Inflation, right? What's happening is this current administration is having to stimulate the economy, and they only have one way to do so, and that's print more money, baby. Let me slug my hot coffee real quick. Man, I always do hot coffee in the evening time. But yeah, guys, look, essentially the US is going to print more money via stimulus. And I know, and I'm sure you know, the economy's not doing good. And the reason why they're doing this is because they have to stimulate the economy. People are struggling so bad now that it's taking the government to bail people out, out of this crisis, this hardship that everyone's in right now. We are in a recession. For sure we are in a recession. It's just how deep of the recession is debatable, you know. But I just wanted to show you guys that because at the end of the day, the U.S. is gonna, they're gonna print their money, right? They're gonna print their money, and they always do. They always seem to print their money whenever they want to. It allows them to be able to, keep this, this this game. Let's just call it a game running, guys. It allows them to be able to continue to, you know, keep the masses working that 9 to 5, making people happy and content, paying 22, 24, 26%, taxes to the federal government, allows people to continue to pay on their mortgages and other car notes and buy groceries and just keep this whole giant cycle running. And essentially, that's what's happening now is that the good old government's pulling its bait and switch on everyone where everyone thinks that they're working hard and they're going to be able to chase the American dream eventually. But meanwhile, you've got a large portion of the population is not even able to afford groceries. The average American can barely afford a $400 payment. That's crazy. The average American is struggling uh, between a rock and a hard place now, guys. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, drop in the comments below. What do you think is going on? You know, how are you feeling this economy right now? Where do you think the economy is going? How are you doing? How do you feel? How do people around you, your neighbor, people, your coworkers, are people doing good? I'm gonna tell you right now. I mean, based off what I've seen and talked with other people aren't doing good. They're struggling. Everyone's struggling right now. And so, not to be negative, guys, on this video, I just wanted to let you guys know, look, essentially this, the government's going to be printing money, as you saw. If you want the article, It's pier27tower.com. Look, it's I don't know how things are going to change. I actually don't think things are going to change, to be honest with you. I think the US is going to continue to print their money. They've pretty much found every excuse they possibly can to turn on the printing press. And it's not even a printing press anymore. They just print money, but that's the article again, guys. Just so you see it. That's crazy. But the thing is this, they're going to print their money no matter what. You have to go to work and pay your bills. So do I. So does everyone else living in this, American dream. Or if you're trying to achieve the American dream, you have to continue to pay your taxes. Yeah, continue to, show up to work every day, pay that health insurance, pay that mortgage, pay that car note, buy groceries, because at the end of the day, I mean, that's what civilization is. We have to continue to buy things to put roofs over our heads, put roof over our family members, our loved ones. Christmas is here now, and people have to buy presents, for their loved ones, and that's pretty much where we are now. And so that's the government's pretty much trying to figure out a way to stimulate the economy, and so they're going to give us stimulus checks and say, hey, here you guys go. Don't be mad at us. We know the economy's trash, but here you go, guys. Well, here's $2,000 stimulus checks for you guys, and don't hate us, But here you go. I mean, we know the economy. The economy's great, but we're still going to give you the $2,000 because we know you need it. It's like one of those things where it's like, dude, we all get it. Like, I don't need the government to tell me the economy is struggling. I don't need the government to tell me that people are struggling. You just talk to people. I see your comments. You guys comment on my videos. People are struggling right now. People can barely hang on. I mean, if you guys saw people's insurance, I mean, everything's going up, but their insurance premiums are doubling. Like, food's going up. Like, it's just crazy times we live in. You know what I mean? It's like it's literally. I never really would have thought things would have been like this, to be honest. But you know, you see in 2020 when they started doing all the stimulus checks back then, you saw how things progressed. You saw how things got. You know what I mean? When they started printing the money. So I really hope it's not going to be like another, you know, entire bailout package that's going to end up starting to happen. But then again, who knows? It kind of already is because like all the money they're sending overseas right now to various countries. We're not going to name the countries. You guys can look that up. You already know what countries they're sending billions of dollars to. It's one in the Middle East, and they sent some, to a country in South America. Uh, you can probably connect the dots there, but they're sending billions of dollars overseas. They're, now they're sending stimulus checks out to all Americans or most Americans. I mean, the inflation's not going to stop, guys. It's going to continue. So, but hey, guys, look, not to be, bearer of bad news. Hey, at least we're getting $2,000 checks. Hopefully you are. Hope you already got yours. As I'm reporting and recording this video, hopefully you already got your stimulus check. And if so, then hey, guess what? Good for you. But we're all going to get hit with another wave of inflation probably over the next year, 2 years. So get ready for that, guys. On that note, subscribe if you haven't already, guys. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment on what kind of video you want me to record next. And I will talk to you all in the next one. Peace out.